We're going to talk about a couple of very small words that can be traded out for different words and make a huge difference in how well we're able to communicate and how well we're able to connect with other people. I'm Stacy Rocklein, and it is my mission to help people bring more love into their lives, more love in their relationships, more self-love, and to remove the obstacles that are keeping love from them, because I promise you it is trying to get to all of us. Let's begin by talking about belonging. So everybody wants to belong. That's really the driver behind so much of what we do, is that we want to belong. We want to be connected to people. We want love. We want to be in partnerships. We want to be a part of the team. That is so important at our very core. And there are some pretty easy ways to help people feel that way when you're having a moment with someone else. And I want to just share this super small, tiny trick that can completely change the energy of a moment, a conversation, an experience. So one thing we do a lot is we walk around using these words: I, me, my. When we say I, me, my, we're kind of establishing our identity. This is who I am, which is fine. This is just the way we talk. But if we are in a conversation and we're saying things like, I feel this way when you do this, you can feel that separation. We're drawing a line between this is me and this is you. When we start to have conversations and we use different words like we and us and our, suddenly we have established a connection and a partnership with that person. It's like we've already accepted them and said, you belong because we're together. We're together on this. Just by making that little trade. Words are hugely important, even tiny ones. And when we start to say we, our, us, we are creating connection. So here's a silly example. When my kids are misbehaving and I'm talking to my husband, I will refer to them as your children. It's just a joke, but you can see what I'm doing there, right? By taking myself out and saying your children, I'm not involved anymore. Now I'm leaving the mess to them. Because when we talk about our children, then we're together. We're unified. We are working on this together. And you can use this everywhere. In your relationships, in a moment, in general. If you can make this switch in a lot of ways, it could benefit you so much. Not to be stressed about it, because we talk the way we talk and we don't have to worry about that. But if you know that you want to establish a connection with somebody, you have a team that you're leading, but you want them to feel buy-in and on board, anywhere where you're trying to create a connection, when you start to trade these words out, and now you're saying our, and now you're saying we, and now you're saying us, you are establishing that partnership. It's partner language, really. And you're creating this acceptance and this belonging, and that makes everybody feel good. And it makes people able to start listening to what you're trying to say. They're hearing what you're trying to communicate because they don't feel the wall up. There isn't the wall up when we're talking about us, we. When you've got your partner and you're starting to say things like, I this and you that, or you're starting to say things like, how can we improve that? Totally different. Complete shift in energy. And then the other person's way more likely to get on board, and you get to remain connected to people. So a very small trade, but a hugely important one for increasing our ability to connect with people and to communicate better and to bring more love into our life, which is what we're trying to do all the time, right? Thank you for joining me. If you think this would be useful to somebody else, please share. I appreciate your likes, and I look forward to next time.